What's going on? 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 We are live. We are live. We are looking good. Looking very good right now. Um, Today was definitely a crazy day. The rain came in very strongly. Was not playing any games today at all. For those of us in New York, and I know that there's been rain in other places. It's been raining kind of heavy recently. Very interesting. Mm, Overall, this week has definitely been crazy. There's been a lot going on as usual. There is always something new going on when it comes to the WNBA, you know, where there's two NBA players, Ennis Cantor and Royce White, declaring themselves for the 2027 WNBA draft. I mean, that's crazy, right? And this just kind of goes to show you like the position and where we're at in society right now, where you have men trying to get into the WNBA, and I don't think it's necessarily a genuine act because at the end of the day, you know, I think at the overall point of this is not necessarily to get into the WNBA, but to just prove a point to the WNBA and the rules that they're trying to set for the WNBA. It has been getting very interesting. And, the overall reason as to why this can be a potential issue is because if this can happen in the pros, right, and it is pushed and it is actually conducted through national televised media, right? It starts to get to a point where at what point is the line going to get drawn? And you can see how it could potentially start impacting the younger leagues to a degree. And that's where I think a lot of people are going to have some severe issues and real issues with it. I know right now because it's the pros, they're adults, people can do what they want, you know, they want to be inclusive and allow for people to just compete in the league. But when you do that at the professional level, the other divisions and those that are lower may start adopting some of these trends, and it starts to become a real issue because now you're trying to have a league that is catered around who is supposed to be made for, right? It's the WNBA, the Women's National Basketball Association. And now that you have men saying that they want to, you know, they identify as women and are potentially able to play in these leagues, it starts to become like a real issue because there's always been loopholes in sports when it comes to like even like AAU teams. I mean, everyone has seen the meme where it's, the 11-year-old Dominican playing baseball, but he looks like he's damn near 30. Like, you step up to the plate, even in football too, you step up to the line and you're like, yo, this guy doesn't look like he's supposed to be here. Like, this is a little funny, right? And, you know, when it comes to things like that, if the professional league is adopting it, it can become an issue. It can become an issue. But I do think that there's gonna be a lot of topics today that I want to highlight, um, and I think this one is gonna be one where we discuss just how it starts from the younger generation, the children, and being able to shape them and prepare them for the future. Because if you don't necessarily prepare them for that future, you can see a shift in how society starts to function. And when it lacks the structure, the discipline, and the things necessary for it to uh, succeed, is going to affect those, especially them in their later years when it comes to growing up and actually being contributing members of society. But before we get into that, I want to actually touch on some gaming aspects. Um, Black Myth Wukong just dropped the trailer for their new game. So let's take a look at that and see what they are talking about. I love Black Myth. Black Myth recently, like out of all the recent games, Black Myth, Elden Ring, um, what's another good one that I think I played? Black Myth, Elden Ring, even Neo 3. I mean, Neo's been kind of the same game since, since they came out with it, so it's not necessarily anything new. But out of those three right now, Black Myth is definitely taking the cake. I'm very excited for Phantom Blade. And with this trailer, if this comes out after Phantom Blade, oh man, this is gonna be great. Oh, damn, homeboy's been through hell and back. That's one thing Black Myth Wukong and I think Game Science does well, is the atmosphere of the game. Crispy. Just a random old guy just chilling behind a rock. It's like, oh yeah, let me just. Oh wait, that was his house that he did break into. So it's kicked over his sticks. Oof. Yeah, nah, storytelling for this game is just. Be down. Okay. Ooh. Counter. You? Wait. Oh. I wonder if there's a posture bar for it. Yeah, you can still dodge. Perfect dodge. These finishers, though. Okay, no heal, no heal. Weave. Okay. Okay. Yo. This Ultra Instinct weave is so lit. So, excuse me, excuse me. Finito. What? You see, like, this looks aesthetically good because it has its own art style. And it really captures, like, the story. Okay, so you got spells too. Oh! And it affects the things around you? Okay, so now he's holding on to the fire and the souls? Are you just there? Okay. Combat is very clean. I am enjoying this combat right now. I want to see a couple more, like, parries. Like, I still see the perfect dodge being the way to go right now in this game, but I don't want to see if it's a little bit closer to, like, Sekiro, where you can really time the parries. Okay, first boss fight. Let's get money, let's get money. Oh, I guess not. Okay, I'm bugging. Water. Take a quick dip. Man, that joint is deep. Boy. It's a body. You see anybody? Oh no, it's Shamu. Shamu in the water. Yo, he just left it down there? Oh, okay. I see. I haven't seen a pasta bar yet. I say, my guy, you gonna heal or like nah? You about to rip both of them off? Yo! Just clipped his own wings. Bosses in this game? It's reminding me of Elden Ring boss. Malekith? There's a good amount of health. Yeah, I definitely need to play this game. This game is a must get. Oh, see, now you can put in some real damage. Yo. No, this game is bugging out. This game is bugging all the way out right now. What? Oh. Off me, son. This man's getting jumped. Oh, so you just elevate? Okay. The Black Myth games are just so good. Just these, See, like one thing I think that they do very well is that they capture the culture so well that like it just makes it so much better. Like all the storytelling, the characters, the atmosphere, like they're unapologetically just telling the story. And that was one thing about like only certain characters really had long dialogue, but you knew enough about the story to kind of understand. Like, granted, you needed to have like some background, at least in the previous game, to kind of get a better idea of what was going on. But like the way that they tell stories in this game, in the previous one, man, I'm telling you, might be game of the year. Because if they made this a more in-depth story, she this, oh, this is this is crazy. This is crazy. Nah, this trailer was one of one, man. This is one of them ones, man. This is the same feeling I got when I had seen the Phantom Blade trailer. That trailer was so clean. And that one was only like a minute, but this one's like a full, complete trailer. That's like, yeah, Phantom Blade is looking good right now. But this definitely blows me away for sure. I wonder if they're gonna give a date. They're gonna give a date. This is not DLC, right? Or is it separate game? Separate game.
Imagine your kid starts.
No, that right there was actually crazy. That right there was one of those games where it's like that's gotta be a must grab, right? Like that you gotta get that. Like there's no way you don't get that. Make sure everything's looking good. Hopefully the stream is coming out well. The lighting is definitely boosting the stream, making things look a little bit nicer. Um, but yeah, no, that got me excited. Now I kind of want a game right now. Like I'm kind of in the mood. Oh look, even see, I didn't even know everybody had been reacting to it. I had seen it on my feed, and I was like, no, I definitely 100% need to react and watch this video because yo, this game is gonna be different. You see? And that's another thing too. Gamers have been so tired of just nonsense. Just like it doesn't take much. And that's the problem that I think that gaming has had right now is that it really doesn't take much to please gamers, right? You're playing a game because you want to have fun, you want to enjoy it, and you want to be able to say, okay, like when I play this, I get a story or I get the understanding of what the game is trying to tell me, and I'm having fun while doing it. This right here, this is a game that you know if you're gonna play it, even if you're not good, right? Even if you're not good at the game, you can say, okay, if I play a certain part of this game and I either get good or even if I just play it, I'm probably gonna get some component of a story that even if it takes me longer to complete, is gonna be worth beating, right? So like as you're playing, you're going to want to learn more about the story. Whereas other games have been trying to just have these dialogues and conversations and just continuously just adding things that are unnecessary for gaming. Like if you wanted to create a movie and you wanted somebody to just watch all your dialogue and so like go make a movie, right? Go make a cartoon, go make an anime, go do something like that. If that's what you want people to watch and lock into, go do that. Don't try and bring it into gaming. Like, I gotta be able to play the game. I gotta feel like the character when I'm running through this story. It can't just be I'm sitting here playing and I'm literally just watching. Like I might as well just put the controller down. Like now you're just making me do more work to watch a movie. Like for what? For what? If I want to watch a movie, I'm gonna sit there, go on my TV, kick my legs up, and turn a movie on. I'm not going to grab a controller to play movies. Like, no, stop. Ah, definitely been ridiculous. Gaming is an interesting spot. Um, I actually did want to talk about this one too, in regards to gaming, because it let me actually bring it up. It kind of talks about what we've been saying about gaming, and how gamers have been tired that companies are, even the ones that are creating good games, are finding ways in order to sabotage or extract or condense their audience to just literally to just banks, like many little piggy banks that they need to extract from. And when you have that mindset, it leads to a situation where people are not going to accept it anymore, especially when the games that you're producing aren't even games that are worth producing, right? Now, this one is speaking upon GTA and how GTA is doing some crazy things and PlayStation and joining PlayStation in trying to extract every penny out of the consumer. So let's get into this one actually.
Why is there a single account on Twitter that is seemingly releasing boatloads of clips from Grand Theft Auto 6? As the entire world that Rockstar has built burns to cinders around them, the story is complicated, but it's an interesting one for sure. So in case you don't know somehow, yeah, GTA 6 has leaked, again, this time from a build somewhere close to how the game operated in 2025. We know this because some of the clips that have leaked online that I obviously can't show here feature songs that have released in 2025 as well. And it's all because of this one account here, as you can see, that is called CyberLeak. Yes, a literal leak vegetable in a cyber suit, whose bio says that they're fighting for gamers' rights. So what exactly is going on? Well, it comes down to two things specifically: consumer rights and a meme coin. Let's start with the first one, as PC Gamer reported here. CyberLeak is claiming to be leaking all of this GTA 6 content because they want Rockstar and Take-Two to apologize for anti-consumerism practices. And the belief is that CyberLeak is doing this to strong-arm the video games industry into treating customers better by purposely leaking anything that they can get their hands on to ruin these future big game releases in order to force compliance sense out of all of these companies. CyberLeak also released a manifesto, if you can believe it, as to what they plan to do and what they want. So let's read the first part here. CyberLeak has been patient, that patience is over. What follows are 3 commandments. If CyberLeak targets a publisher, it is because that publisher broke one. CyberLeak will not stop until they issue a public statement and apology with a concrete commitment to be better. Words.
So like the thing that I also realized about gaming is that I believe that gaming is ahead of the curve when it comes to just like issues, especially in business and production, because like the technology and products in gaming shift so fast, and the culture in gaming shifts so much faster because the technology is advancing at a pace that is um exponential compared to other components of life. And when you look at gaming and in this consumerism situation, you can see how um, games having this consumer, I mean, I guess consumerism has been here prior to obviously gaming, but the fact that we're getting to a point where digital media and not owning things is something that is very apparent now in gaming. And you know, you can kind of start seeing the trends along other facets of life, whether it's real estate, whether it's well, I think especially real estate. I think both of the two kind of show like, okay, well, right now with the way that the economy is moving, everything is going up in price, but you're owning less and less of what you're buying, right? And now you're in a situation where you're trying to buy things, but they're so expensive, so you can't really buy them because you have bills to pay for in order to live your life. And then they're also stripping the quality as well as how much of it that you're actually going to be able to own compared to um, what it was in the past, right? And now we're in a situation where, okay, like, at what point is this going to stop? Because
Are not
we're
enough,
just going to keep digging
restitution
ourselves a
is
bigger hole.
mandatory. They continued, these 3 commandments are the floor, not the ceiling, of what is acceptable. If publishers violate them, they will be targeted. CyberLeak will continue to disrupt their operations until they issue a public statement and apology with a concrete commitment to fix the harm they caused. No private negotiations, no quiet settlements. The public sees it, or if the leaks do not stop, publishers should beware. If CyberLeak can reach Rockstar, no one is safe. This is a message to all big corporations: behave properly or be the next target. This is CyberLeak's edict, and it is non-negotiable. So the 3 commandments this CyberLeak is issuing as non-negotiable are, as you can see here, Commandment 1 is thou shalt not sell digital pre-orders. The idea here is no digital game can be released until there is an independent review of some kind, and physical versions of games must continue to be created. The second commandment is thou shalt not sell.
But like, I don't even understand how you're selling a digital pre-order. Like, I like, and for me, I just don't understand how people are buying that. Like, how do you get something that's digital, right? It's not like it costs money to produce, but it costs nowhere near as much money for you to get the actual physical copy. So you're pre-ordering something that is literally just code, and you're pre-ordering it when that code can get taken away from you at any time because the company has the licensing and the ability to um, own the servers, and you're going to be pre-ordering that without even knowing how the game is, without knowing anything. You just said, "Yep, I'm going to throw my money into it because why not?" Right? Like, how does that even make sense? Can't you just wait until the game comes out? Like, are they gonna like not have any more digital copies? I just don't understand the logic behind it.
fake single player DLC. So, you know how when you buy a game and say it has an expansion or bonus DLC and you buy the unlock to access that data and the game doesn't actually download anything new because the data is obviously already in the thing you bought, it's just locked until you pay extra? Yeah, they want that whole practice gone. They believe if you buy the game, the data is already there. Therefore,
Yeah.
no data can be locked away from extra purchases because it is, in CyberLeak's opinion, anti-consumer. The third commandment is, as you can see, thou shalt preserve single-player content. The idea here is that what CyberLeak is demanding is essentially what Stop Destroying Games is advocating for. However, they're not giving companies the option here really to fight back on this. If a game is always online and goes offline, we've seen this happen many times, there has to be a single-player version of that game that can exist and still be playable. And this, in CyberLeak's opinion, is also non-negotiable as well. So,
Because like at the end of the day, the logic behind that is because like if it ever goes down, like I just spent all this money on this game. Granted, it's not like crazy money, but I spent money on this game for me to own it. And now because there's no more servers and the multiplayer is down, like I have no way of actually playing the game if I ever wanted to load it back up. Like I basically just have a piece of garbage because the disc isn't worth anything. The actual content on the game isn't worth anything because the servers are down. The only chance that you might be able to play it is if they ever bring the servers back and people actually play the game. Like, what's the point?
CyberLeak then plans to force the games industry into compliance is really what's going on here. Will it work? Who knows? But so far, Rockstar hasn't commented on anything. But the reality is that CyberLeak is 100% releasing unreleased footage, which is all over the internet now. And it's gotten so bad that other accounts are now popping up claiming to also be CyberLeak, and they are releasing AI-generated videos of GTA 6, claiming them to be real. So you can imagine how this entire thing has gone off the deep end really quickly because, well, it's the internet. Who are we kidding? CyberLeak.
I was gonna say, now that you have like the base artwork and all that stuff, like a lot of people are gonna try and start just creating their own stuff to make it look right, especially when he's just leaking like the actual unreleased content. Like,
Also posted their meme coin, which has skyrocketed in value already following all of these leaks. The idea, from what I can gather, is CyberLeak is crowdfunding money from users via this meme coin to gain access to more powerful ways of hacking even more companies, if you can believe it. But if CyberLeak is already able to hack into Rockstar servers, which should have been more secure than Fort Knox, I mean, who is even safe from this sort of thing then? Anyone who then badmouths these hackers, I guess, will just fall to their sword before long too. I did see posts like this on Twitter where it's claimed but not confirmed that the apparent ending of Grand Theft Auto 6's story has been secured by hackers. And they are now dangling this in front of Rockstar's faces like a carrot as a way to force them into compliance. Which, if that's true, that is nuclear levels of bad.
shit, that right there would actually be insane. Insane. Because if hackers are able to gain content like this, like, how does any of the logic of digital games make sense? Like, in terms of just like server based things that need to be maintained, games that don't have like locked licensing or anything like it starts to become a real issue because how are these companies going to make sure my game's not going to get hacked and I just don't lose my game? Like, what?
If that sort of thing leaked, I mean, that would set GTA 6 back at least a year from release and then some. Rockstar would then have to go back and, change everything to something else. It's damaging, but that is what's currently happening. And we all know that if the ending of GTA 6 did leak, that would spread like wildfire. We would all
Yeah,
see it even if we
100%.
didn't want to. There were also rumors being spread, but again, I'm not 100% sure about this, but if they are legit, but anyways, that allegedly GTA 6 will also have its own currency similar to what Roblox has. this. Which, if you don't know, Roblox's in-game currency is essentially a currency that can be applied and transferred to be like real-world functioning, if you will. You can't buy, let's say, food with Robux from Roblox, but the idea is that, yeah, you can convert it into real money through other means, or people will just pay you for the Roblox money in the game, which people obviously do these days, as there are also creators who make things in Roblox and make a living off of it if you didn't know. So allegedly, GTA 6 is going to have something similar to that, where I'm guessing here, since we don't know the specifics yet, but I would assume you can get this GTA money in the game from playing, maybe establishing real shops in the game's world, or through other means, and people would just wire each other real money for the conversion rates for this in-game currency instead. I mean, again, lots of games do this already. It's not something new. I mean, even Diablo 3 back in the day had a real money auction house, which was very controversial and eventually got removed by Blizzard. But again, that's a rumor. It's
Well, I guess, obviously, I know those things have happened, but like, I feel like GTA though, that's a little bit too realistic to be. Like, I feel like there's a lot of things that go on in GTA, especially with like the role playing, that I think could get like pretty out of hand, low key. Unless I'm just like tweaking, right? Unless I'm just really bugging out. But GTA 6 has a massive role playing community. And when you're talking about being able to wire like real money across the people, it starts to get real interesting.
it's everywhere. Maybe it's real. And if it is, oh boy, things are going to get messy, fellas. CyberLeak, however, via their Discord has, as seen here, started to bait Rockstar, saying that they know that they're online and see what they're doing, and that they're throwing out nursery rhymes like they're the Riddler to bait Rockstar into doing something. It's getting kind of wild, fellas. Here's part of what CyberLeak's manifesto said as to what they plan to do and why this is happening as it reads. Publishers sell licenses and call them purchases. They ship unfinished games and call them living services. They lock content on discs and call it DLC. They ruin games and keep the money. Every year, anti-consumerism tightens its grip, and every year gamers get less for what they pay. As PC Gamer says it here, CyberLeak's meme coin is being used to fund future infrastructure to ensure that they have the needed power to strike and protect themselves against future corporate counterattacks. Assuming that CyberLeak somehow survives this whole ordeal and isn't found and tossed in the gulag by Rockstar and their lawyers or hit by an ICBM, this sort of thing could spread everywhere like a virus. No company in theory could then be safe from hackers that, in their words, don't respect the paying customer. I would only assume if Rockstar is not their next target, that PlayStation itself would be another obvious thing because of all the whole physical media removal idea. And we could likely see if CyberLeak wanted to find out future PlayStation projects or other critical information and leak it too. I mean, Sony has been hacked aplenty in the past already, as has Rockstar. If you remember about 2 years ago, hours worth of content from Rockstar got leaked online. The same thing happened to Insomniac Games, which is owned by PlayStation. The hackers over there found out about Spider-Man 3, the canceled live service Spider-Man game, the Venom game, an X-Men game, and much more, right? This is all over the internet already. These things can and will leak. And I guess the more companies don't value or respect a paying customer, the more that's going to become their new reality. Because it both empowers the public, yet damages what can reasonably be done through legal channels when things like this keep happening.
Yeah, because then at what point are like we're gonna step in? Like, there has to be a time where like people actually step in, and or at least the companies have to step in to some degree so that they can mitigate their damages. Like, because they're going to take it to a point where like it's going to significantly damage your branding and then your company as well. And you've already been hacked in the past. PlayStation has been experiencing um ridiculous levels of backlash, not only from the hackings, but obviously the physical media to digital media, and then just overall not keeping their services to a point that is sufficient or what it was in the past because they're so focused on just pumping out games and taking every little dollar out of your pocket rather than focusing on the systems that they have, ensuring that the systems are functioning properly, and giving the players what they want. Like, instead of just trying to pump media and just trying to pump like content so that you can try and extract every dollar out of people and monetize everything, how about you actually focus on the quality of the game and the money will come to you? Like, I know you're a big company and you want to just continue to try and get every dollar, but at what point are people going to start stepping away?
Can and it will give these companies the ability to strong arm further policies to remove control from users if these companies' stabilities are at risk. So it's not as simple as, oh yeah, this is great. I mean, even Stop Destroying Games has stated that they do not support what CyberLeak is doing here at all. Even though they both kind of want the same thing, their methods are on wildly different sides. It's like Punisher and Daredevil pretty much is what's going on here. As Eurogamer said it here, SKG is openly opposing CyberLeak's methods when it comes to pushing for the return to physical media and just how they're going about everything. As seen here from SKG's official Twitter, they are telling people to stop giving CyberLeak any money for their meme coin and that the DMC hits are not worth the risk of sharing these clips around on the internet, which is also why in this video there is zero leaked gameplay of what has been shown for very obvious reasons. SKG said more though, using illegal means to make a point is unacceptable to us and does nothing to protect our right to keep using what we paid for. No matter how strongly you disagree with the decisions of upper management at these companies, there are still thousands of developers who worked hard on this project, and they're the ones being hit the hardest. They said more. Channel that frustration into something constructive instead. This kind of act is destructive and helps no one. Worse, it risks tarnishing the reputation of our communities and our chances to make change. History isn't on the leaker side either. The last person who did this to Rockstar back in 2022 ended up with an indefinite hospital order. This isn't a cause worth risking your money or your future on.
I mean, I just think that this becomes like an issue when there hasn't been much change and people are just seeing the direction that everything is going. Now, I understand you're saying that we have to channel it in other directions, but where does the overall just like okay pushback happen? Because at the end of the day, granted, you could also not buy the games and just not do anything and completely ignore it and go to other platforms like Steam that are catering to the customers and focusing on the customers um, and go in that direction rather than PlayStation and their ridiculousness. But I do think that legal things are obviously not worth doing. But I do see how people can take it to this point where it's like, yo, like you guys are really trying your hardest to do criminal activities because people see this and the things that PlayStation and Sony are doing as criminal, and you can see them being like, yeah, like, nah, this is not it. This is not
I
it,
do
and taking
agree
up
that the
action in
way
that
these
way.
leaks have gone down is not exactly going to help the cause of, say, bringing back physical games media or anything like that. Largely speaking, what this will do is one thing and one thing only, which is chaos for like everyone involved. But before you
Yep.
say I'm on the side of SKG or anyone else, let me just explain. Okay, let me explain this because it's a lot more complicated than that. Okay, Rockstar is not going to suddenly release millions of physical discs with GTA 6 because of these leaks. They know that if they did have a physical version of GTA 6 at all, that would be leaked in its entirety prior to release 100%, and we all know this. There will be some shop somewhere that would break their street date and start selling copies if customers began waving enough money in their faces, right? It happened all the time back in the day. With other big games, right? How many times has a Call of Duty game leaked online before? Like, it happened all the time. But Rockstar likely went digital because they wanted more control. That's true. But the key reason was to control the game from being leaked. But I'm not going to defend them for that, but that's likely the reason why. But it can't be understated that what Rockstar has been doing here has still started a tidal wave that has begun a domino effect of their own making. They're a big target. It makes sense for hackers to lock onto them. But I do think whether it's ethical or not, these sorts of groups, they will continue to attack people like a Rockstar because it rattles the cages. It gets people talking, which it obviously, I mean, I'm talking about it right now. And based on how
Yeah.
much that meme coin has jumped already, even if the leaks end up doing nothing, this CyberLeak person is going to make a bank either way. Am I against CyberLeak? No, not at all. I have no control over what they do, and they're allowed to do whatever they think is right. But either way, I don't see this situation ending in a happy way. It's either going to end with someone going to jail or the gates of literal oblivion being pulled off their hinges and just all hell breaking loose. Just looking at the comments on SKG's post, as you can see here, people are advocating that what they are doing by leaking things is morally the right thing to do. But what CyberLeak has done, will that actually result in any meaningful change, or just like I said, more chaos? Although
Yeah, I mean that's always the conundrum. I mean, at the end of the day, you want the attention. I think that it still brings attention to everything. It doesn't just let it slip to the wayside, because I do think that companies take advantage of the media cycle and how fast the news moves. So when they drop something or they say something that may be controversial or may be an issue, they can drop it. It'll be in the media and the news for about a week, and then potentially gets dropped and nobody speaks about it again. But when you have people that take action and are doing things to keep these issues within the media, people continue to notice, continue to take action, and want to talk about these, because at the end of the day, it's going to be our future. It's going to be what we're going to have for our potential families, our kids that may want to play games. I mean, just thinking about, having children and also little cousins that want to cousins, nieces, and nephew that want to play games, and you want to maybe play a nostalgic game. Let's say GTA 6 comes out and you want to play it 10, 12 years later. It's like, all right, well, I can't play it because it's digital and the server's down. That could be something that people are not going to be too happy with, right? And even when it comes to just having the physical game and being able to own that physical game's copy, I understand the security aspect, but I don't think having the pre-orders for that digital component of the game makes sense. I mean, I think you just put the game out at a time that you're prepared to have the game launch, and manufacture it that way, so that you can have the most control and people can pre-order the physical copies the same way that all other games used to be. I mean, at the end of the day, yes, people may have leaked other games. Yes, there may have been um potential buyers that are going to buy the game early, but at the end of the day, like, you have to be able to at least release, let's say, the digital copy first, and just say, okay, you can own the digital copy. But for you to be pre-ordering digital copies of games, like, I just don't see that making sense. Like, I'm gonna be able to buy it on the day. No, like, is it just gonna go out of sale, out of business? Like, I mean, out of stock in the first day. Like, I can't buy it at that time. Like, I just don't see how that makes any sense at all, in my opinion. But that's more or less. But yeah, man, game is in an interesting spot. I think when it comes to um the media and games, uh, and being like first per se, I think taking action, like direct action, at least as what I've been seeing recently, they've been more of the first to kind of combat it to a degree and really like push back on the situation, where like now, um in other facets of life, it's like it's kind of getting a little all over the place to a degree. But transition into the topics today. Shoot, hopefully I don't think that last video downloaded. Fortunately, I want this last video to download. It's not necessarily the most important one. It's definitely one Hopefully it downloads it as I'm talking.
Until you're ready to be nice.
Annoyance whenever I'm having a conversation.
This is the first video that I want to talk about for tonight's stream. Um, so recently I've been thinking, as you know, I'm going through life and trying to uh do everything that I need to do in order to have a successful life. And you start to look around and you see, especially around my age, um, 20, around 25 to 30, people are obviously starting to get married, right? People are starting to get married, potentially starting to have kids. And, you look around and you see that there are people that are doing that, but there's also this heavy mindset of individuality and people wanting to just, travel and do their own thing and separate community. And I think with how the economy has been moving, the drive and the motivation to want to start a family, wanting to have kids, and how tight everyone's pockets are to a degree because of the economy, you know, having a family is not going to be priority number one for a lot of people, right? Because at the end of the day, people are looking at it where instead of worrying about community, building families, communities, and maybe sacrificing some of the material things, some of the things that maybe our parents weren't able to have and put to the side because they sacrificed it in order to have a family. I think a lot of the younger generations have uh, removed that concept due to how bad the economy is, right? And those that want to take that leap of faith, I think generally are within stable and growing and caring families because they see and understand how it can benefit society as well as just the people around them, and the benefits of having a family and core unit. But I do think that those that don't necessarily have those things start to realize, as well as the financial and economic components, start to realize that, yeah, having a family may not be actually worth it. Like, it may just be something that, I put on the back burner because at the end of the day, like, I gotta live my life. I gotta be true to me. I gotta do the things that I want to do, right? And in this first video, she's gonna be talking about her idea of what she thinks about having children, right? So let's get into it.
Conversation with someone and the topic of kids gets brought up and they're like, oh, do you want kids? I'm like, no. And they're always like, and I'm like, I don't like kids. I don't like them. I find them annoying. I find them gross. I find them overstimulating. They're expensive. I don't want them. I enjoy coming home to a clean house. No one's touched my stuff. Everything's organized. And they're always like, you'll change your mind when you're older. Oh my God, no, I won't. Like, I had so many people like, oh my God, you'll just change your mind. I've been saying I don't like kids since I was a kid. I've been saying I do not want kids since before I even really knew, right? I've been saying the exact same thing. I don't want kids. I don't like kids. I don't like kids in public.
Well, you see, I think, having this kind of mindset too, I think comes from, growing up in an environment where uh everything that you see, people are so focused on themselves, right? They're so focused on what is the risk benefit analysis of this situation being for me, right? And everyone should have a general sense of that. However, when it gets so marketed to the highest degree to worry about yourself and always think about your self care and your mindset, and constantly focusing on that leads to the mindset of like, well, like, why would I want to have kids? Why would I want to bring them into the world? And I do think that it makes sense because everything right now, especially financially in the economy, is not looking pretty. And with how everything is being promoted, people making money left, right, going on vacations on social media, living their best life, doing their thing as individuals, and you're living through the screen and having that community through the screen, that parasocial relationship, you start to forget that, like, what life is truly about, the realities. And when you unplug or turn off that phone, what are you surrounded by, right? And if you get to a certain age where, people are going to start moving on their own paths, people are going to start going their own directions, and you may not have that core group of friends that are um, still in your circle because they may have started families. And now that you're sitting here thinking, okay, well, like, I'm here by myself, not wanting to have kids, and maybe you still want to have a relationship, but just don't want kids, you know, at what point does, I think also for women especially, that clock start to tick and say, hey, like maybe I should have like one kid because, the clock's starting to tick, like, or are we just saying, what, it like, doesn't matter. I just got to worry about myself, my timeline, and the life that I'm living, and then everything should be great. It's all great. So,
Like they aren't even my kids, and I'm not gonna go out in public and be like, dude, take your kid home. Like I get public is a space for everyone, right? So I'm not gonna go out and complain about your kid in public. But I don't want one in my own home. Okay, I don't know what like this obsession is. Everyone, you'll change your mind when you're older. Change your mind when you're older. I don't want kids. Stop arguing with me about this. Oh my god. You know what I find super
the
annoying is whenever
piercings
I'm having a
too.
conversation with
The piercings, as I said, like there's just things where people are like, nah, I can't sign up for it. But like when you start hitting like 40, 50, like where does your like drive and purpose come in, right? Like I know you can have fun and do your own thing, but like where does those um core values start to come in? And I think, promoting a lot of the individual mindset as well as taking that core family structure and manipulating it through the media has caused for people to not want to start a family, to not want to look towards, reproducing. And, with the extra layers of politics, um, all the wars that's going on, the news, the media, as well as the financial component, people are just signing out on the responsibilities that they have to, society and the world and reproducing and even to themselves because at least what I've heard from people that do have kids, that is one of the most fulfilling things in their lives. Um, and I think in order to have a successful life, you have to find the thing that fully fulfills you. And, having children has been something that a lot of people have said has been the purpose and drive and motivations for them to continue living life later on in life, right? Because I know that you can always try and achieve and travel and look for the best things in the world, but at what point are you giving back, right? At what point is your life going to shift when you get older and say, all right, like I have everything, I've done a lot of things, like when am I going to look the other way? And I do think that yes, we want to ensure that we're populating and reproducing and moving the economy forward and fulfilling our lives. However, those of us that don't necessarily have the facilities or the capabilities and are not able to instill discipline into the lives of the young people and the children that they are having can lead to very harmful situations in society where you start to have a generation of children that are a lot more sensitive, a lot more reactive, and are not able to handle the pressures of what comes with life. Right. And I think this next TikTok video kind of highlights this to where, gentle parenting is something that I think has or will be a very detrimental thing to children because it removes the accountability, the hardships, the obstacles, and allows for a mindset that is unable and unstable to rejection, objection, and the constant burdens that's going to come their way, right? And wanting to be entitled and being entitled in that way is going to cause for people to be less motivated, kids to be less motivated, as well as um, sensitive to general accountability and the objections that they may face moving forward. Um, so in this video, right, you're gonna see something that if this was in, I think, a certain time, a lot of us understand that it wouldn't even get to this point. It wouldn't even have to, like, by the time he did what he did, it would have been a wrap for homie.
Let me put this back. Calm the fuck down.
Put it up.
And don't slam the door in my face when I do.
Put it up.
Don't slam the door.
I'm not. Put it up. Afară, că nu știu ce să
Why do you push me out?
Pentru că nu ieși când îți spun să ieși. Ieși
Okay,
afară.
let me close the door. Don't let me get out of my own.
Just leave and we'll close the door.
Ieși
Let
afară.
me put this back. I don't know how to do that. Why do you push me out like that, huh? Why do you push me out?
Because I want you out of here.
See that right there. And like maybe it's because, I mean, I don't know. Culturally, I don't know like what really goes down. But you see this? Yo. My dad would have levitated like the freaking Undertaker. And it would have been raps. It would have been raps. And having like this gentle coddling, having this like, oh, everything is okay, don't worry, like I understand how you're feeling, but like you need to go. Just having like these little conversations. Like, when are you going to put your foot down and say no? Like, this is enough. Like, there's no way. There's absolutely no way as a child you're doing this to an adult. And when you're not able to do that, it leads to continuous bad behavior. It leads to continuous situations of, sensitive and very reactive individuals that are not able to handle a situation when someone is objecting to them, right? When they're faced with a situation where someone's telling them to do something and ordering them to do something, they start to feel like it is a situation in which they need to react to and they're entitled to have a reaction to. And at the end of the day, you can't react to everything. You can't be this combative, especially as a man, because what ends up happening is when you are this reactive, and this happens in both communities, where, and especially in the black community, when you get this reactive and you're in environments where you're going to be tested as well as um, faced with a lot of different situations that can put you in harm's way, uh, is going to lead to you either potentially being in prison because you're going to get reactive, you're going to end up doing something that is not conducive to what you think is beneficial to your life, and you're going to end up putting yourself in a position where it's like, oh shit, here we go again, right? Cops are on you, you're not thinking about the future, you're reactive. And instead of getting yourself out of the situation, you put yourself in it and you start to um, lose sight of what's actually important, right? And how you can move forward in society without getting so reactive. Because as a man, it's either you're going to end up in jail or dead. Those are the two options if you don't know how to control your emotions and how to be um, cool, calm, and collective and be able to move in a way that is respectable, not sensitive, stoic, and conducive to society as well as to your own life. Because at the end of the day, nobody cares what you got to say, bro. And you have to be able to understand that yes, you're going to have opinions, you're going to have things that you're going to want to say, but when you have to be held accountable or people are objecting to what you have to say and it's something that is actually beneficial to you moving forward in life, you have to be able to take that criticism and you have to be able to just move in a way that makes sense because it's going to end up real bad for you, real bad for you. And with this gentle parenting and the lack of discipline and not having a male figure, and I think that's the biggest component and the biggest issue is that male figures have been removed. It has been deemed misogynistic. It has been harmful to have that structure, that discipline, and the ability to withstand hardship and to move forward because it has been deemed misogynistic to hold people accountable. It has been deemed misogynistic to have structure and um, discipline in your life and not allowing for people and society to just run all over you and think your opinions are harmful, right? Because at the end of the day, when you have a certain structure and there's frame within your society, things are able to move forward in the right direction because you're able to mold the younger generation in a way that is conducive to working hard, contributing to society, collective mindset, because it requires discipline in order to have a family, in order to have the things that, society needs in order to move forward. But when you strip that from the households by promoting individuality, by promoting um, the idea that you don't necessarily need men and men are bad and harmful and dangerous creatures, it causes for you to lose the structure in society and leads to a more reactive, sensitive, less stoic, and strips the ability for those hardships in society. So, in this next video,
Until you're ready to be nice.
this one,
Annoyance whenever I'm having a conversation with someone.
no, not this one. I am missing a video. No, it's unfortunate. I thought this one uploaded. Very unfortunate. See if I can get this uploaded, and then we shall get into it's to uploaded. Dang. I'm selling. I'm selling. It's all right though. I've been yapping for a hot minute. I do want to see how the gaming is looking, especially with the new upgrades and how everything is looking. So let's actually let me put this load, try and download. Leave a download. Actually, I'm kind of feeling some Halo right now. I was gonna play Neo. Kind of feeling. Actually very sad though. This. Hello? Like, what is happening? You're mad noise. So far, it's actually looking pretty good. Let's play. Let's load a quick game up. This recently, really forgot how much fun this game is. Better crazy loud. Hopefully, it's the right button. Hopefully, we hit a couple. Bong. This is my first time playing a multiplayer game on here, so hopefully it runs pretty well. What the heck?
Gain the lead. Gain the lead.
I don't think my settings are correct
Lost
right now.
the lead. Tied the leader. Gain the lead.
Come on.
Lost the lead. Tied the leader. Lost the lead.
That didn't shoot. I didn't know what that was. I got the hammer.
Revenge. Tied the leader.
You're gonna lock in. I do gotta change the settings though. Yeah, not right.
Gain the lead. Gain the lead.
Get big. Completed. Oh my god. I just got lit up, kid. Needler. Gosh, I'm getting smoked right now. Selling the squad. No way. RPGs. Ridiculous. No. Our team is getting sauced right now. Did that should not change it. So it's okay. Triple kill. See them RPGs, man. I know a lot of them just getting cheesy ass kills. I should get my camo on instead of sprint because it's getting caught lag. Oh, he hit that? Wow. It's on me. We changed a couple settings and then we're gonna run it back. We're gonna do one more. Terribly. What did I get? 7. Ew. Absolutely terrible. Drive. Team Fiesta. Get some music going.
Slayer. Kill the enemy team to score.
Oh shoot, I forgot this changes
Lost
now.
the lead.
He didn't die though. Which Halo is this? Is this 2? 3? 2? Oh my god. These are grenades. Okay. 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 Threw me off. Alright. Should just focus on killing them. Oh. Too many people. I got my squad with me. What the heck is this? That kid should be weak. Good help. So,
Enemy team nearing victory.
they got 7 kills.
5 minutes remain. Lost the lead. Game over.
Dang, selling. Ellen. This is really unfortunate. I'm actually very frustrated at myself. Selling like that. Gosh. Getting folded like a beach chair. It does feel a lot better. Which freaking Halo was that? That too? Hoping everything sounds a lot better. Hope everything looks a lot better. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Yeah, I'm actually very upset that I didn't get those last 2 videos in because I do think that would have been great builds. Said to myself. All the little mistakes that can't be made. Little by little, we're gonna get this. Let's go.
Slayer. Lost the lead. Tied the leader. Gained the lead.
What? Okay.
Tied the leader. Lost the lead. Tied the leader. Lost the lead. Tied the leader. Gains the lead. Gains the lead.
Come on. If I didn't get sniped at first, I would have killed
Lost
him.
the lead. Tied the leader. Lost the lead. Lost the lead. Tied the leader.
Yeah, I don't know how I get around that. I gotta find weapons on the floor, like that's right.
Find the leader. Gain the lead.
Swipe, kill him. I missed that. No way, I freaking... Dang, I really suck. Oh, sick. Mixed up an opportunity. Jeez.
5 minutes remaining. Game over.
Glad that it's streaming well. Maybe I get some music going. Maybe it's the lack of music that's killing me. What's happening? Dang.
Slayer.
This is rich.
Lost the lead.
Oh my gosh, I'm so bad. This is
Tied the leader. Lost the lead. Tied the leader. Gained the lead.
Out of here. Getting the hang of it.
Killing spree.
Dang, that swing killed me. The swing too early killed me. Maybe. No, I can't believe I did that, bro. I am so bad. Yeah. I get an assist for that. Yo, this man pulls up with a grenade launcher and just smacks me in my face. Like, why? 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 Tell him that it's human nature. You serious? I had the. I just saw him. Oh, so that's all he's doing? Alright, I'm not even going over there anymore.
5 minutes remaining. Revenge.
This man really. Oh, I was about to say. If he killed me again. I think I got more than 7 kills, though, I feel. I think this is the RPG.
Revenge.
missed all of those? That's crazy.
Gain the lead. Lost the lead. Tied the leader. Lost the lead.
Touch. Yeah, just been going up and down with the jetpack.
Tied the leader. Gain the lead.
What?
Gain the lead. Lost
Gotta
the
hit
lead.
headshots.
Revenge.
Say, if I don't kill that man with this hit. Jeez. He's right there. No way you. Jeez.
Revenge. One minute remaining.
Shit. Thank God. Oh, if I didn't get that kill, I was gonna crash out. I have to change these settings.
Tied the leader.
Same thing.
Gain the lead. Seconds remaining. Lost the lead.
I thought I would get like the pull
Seconds
from the
remaining.
freaky
Tied the
one
leader.
behind you.
Gain the lead. Game over.
One. Sneaky. Sneaky. Sneaky, sneaky. I played a lot better. Still got molded a little though, but didn't I put this on borderless though? I don't understand. I am not understanding. There we go. Now it's right.
Slayer. Gain the lead.
Immediately with the grenade launchers. Keep getting assists. I probably have hella assists.
Gain the lead.
Yo, he hit me with that. No way, that grenade really. Sir, like this is not even like not even spawning yet, and I'm already getting shot at.
Hide the leader. Gain the lead.
See the time to kill.
Gain the lead. The original kill. Wow. I'm about to say, if I didn't kill that, bro, that I would have probably turned the game off.
his ass or like what? Just put myself in debt. Okay. Maybe I just have to stay down though. Kill. Shit. Good job.
Game over.
See, I have to get used to like not like aiming down and playing a lot slower. I don't know which Halo, I really don't know which Halo that is, but it's- man, too many deaths. Way too many deaths. It's carrying us. Check this out. Changed. Let's just see what happens. I have no idea what they're.
Slayer. Gain the lead. First strike.
See, this is the one I played the most. That's why. More. Check. This.
Gain the lead.
This man really hunted me down.
Lost the lead. Revenge. Tied the leader. Lost the lead. Tied the leader. Gain the lead. Gain the lead. the lead.
I went way too high. Good, stay where I was at.
Tie the leader. Gain the lead. Gain the lead.
Ooh, that kid could have died.
Gain the lead. Revenge.
No. Way too much.
Lost the lead.
What am I on?
Revenge. Tie the leader. Gain the lead. Lost the lead.
Had that man, boy.
Tied the leader. Lost the lead.
Did I get him? Oh, I didn't get him. I think one of my teammates might have. Come on, that was a terrible spawn. Guys, behind you. That was a terrible spawn. What kind of spawn?
5 minutes remaining.
Nobody had a chance. Teammate, you didn't shoot at him? Oh my god.
Revenge. One minute remaining. Game over.
He didn't die? Yo, this man ate bullets. This is insane. I don't even know how he ate that many bullets like that, son. Like, that is crazy. Shot game is not where it used to be. I do not understand what is going on right now. Do want to see. Check out these settings. It's fine.
Kill the enemy team to score. Gain the lead. Gain the lead. Lost the lead. Lost the lead. Gain the lead.
any of the angles.
Gain the lead.
Okay, come on. I just
Gain the
spawned in.
lead. Lost the lead. Lost the lead.
Yo. See bodies dropping. This has to be like see why people are just like smack. Oh, like that? I didn't know it was like that. Sense is probably way too slow. So.
Killjoy. Enemy team nearing victory.
What? You're selling.
Game over.
That was crazy. Legendary anniversary? That one moved way too fast for me, dog. I don't even know how you can like tell where people are at. Like, by the time you turn, you're dead. We change all of. I think if they're all the same, I'll be chilling. So reach, zoom is right, left, okay. See? Things gotta stay default. Function. Secondary. What's the default? I'm very confused now. Being
Slayer. Lost the lead. Tied the leader. Lost the lead. Tied the leader. Lost the lead. Tied the leader.
Straight into that one.
Lost the lead.
The wrong one to shoot. Oh my.
Gained the lead.
What was that?
Gained the lead.
The grenades. Grenades. Headshots. Give me that last one. Let's see. I got greedy. I got greedy. Definitely got greedy on that one. Your boy's picking up speed right now. Oh. Oh no. Sitting here reloading mad early. Like, what am I doing? So loud. Wow, he hit that? I look away. I was gonna say they're definitely around this corner. I look away.
Game over.
Definitely just sold that. Oh, we won, but oh my gosh, what happened to me there? I just went on a dying streak. Got that triple kill and it just completely threw my whole game off. Like, what's happening? This might be the last one. Oh, this is a classic map right here. I'll do this last one, and we're gonna have to head out. What? Did I just shoot in my Yeah.
Gain the lead.
Oh, I got the sound. Let's get it.
Jump again. Ow. He hits, I was gonna say, if he hit both of those, I was gonna have to.
Revenge.
Chill.
Chill, broski.
If I don't hit that, trash. What? Let's say. As I thought about it, I popped in the mata. That was bad. That was bad. That was very bad.
Double kill.
Little collat. Line that John up. Line him up.
You see, the thing is, people be shooting in like 4 different directions. And I get caught. Oh, I have the sprint. I don't know what I'm doing. Sitting here just walking.
Sniper spree.
Oh,
Double
no,
kill.
I just
Killing
killed my.
spree.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. What am I on?
He sniped him.
Come on, kid.
So these kids are literal bots. Oh, took too long. Probably how I was moving at first. As I look away, huh? Every time. Every time. Oh my gosh. I was looking for the one kill and I got folded.
Game over.
Dang, this kid went crazy. Alright. I think that was a good one to end it off on. Unfortunately, we weren't able to continue our conversation, but we were able to have a pretty decent stream. We got two gaming videos, two reactionary videos. So I think it should be okay. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on notifications to know when I'm live so you guys can interact with me during these streams. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoyed. And as always, stay glitched.